Let's face it, affordability is the greatest challenge in real estate in 2025. Millions of Americans are sitting on the sideline when it comes to home ownership simply because it is so expensive to buy a home in many U.S. markets. But how can prospective home buyers combat these affordability challenges in this high price and high interest rate environment? What kinds of options do you have? In this video, I'm going to go over 6 ways to improve affordability going from worst to best. However, all of these options have their own merit given a specific context. And remember, I am not giving official financial advice since I don't know the ins and outs of your financial profile specifically. Okay, coming in at number 6, for those that are fortunate enough, buying a home in cash is an option to make living in a home affordable in today's market. But even though this option feels good from an emotional perspective because you don't have a mortgage payment, it comes at a perhaps great opportunity cost to you. Buying a home in cash deploys a great sum of money that could be used elsewhere. This might be family trips, vacations, savings for emergencies, or maybe even funding an important business venture. But even if the opportunity cost isn't one of those intangible things, it likely is an opportunity cost when it comes to your ROI on that cash you deployed. While no one wants another debt payment, in many cases it leads to a greater cash on cash or ROI return if you only put a down payment on a house and deploy the rest of your funds in other investments like the stock market. Mortgages are in demand because they are offering a thing of value, an instrument that allows you to build equity in an asset while not putting all of your cash into it. Now, for some, buying a home in cash might still make sense, but because of the great potential opportunity cost and lackluster ROI, this option ranks last on my list. Okay, coming in at number 5, we have a permanent buydown. A permanent buydown is appealing because it allows you to spend money up front in order to save money in the future at a lower interest rate over time. Essentially, you are buying the rate down. If a mortgage lasts for 30 years or more, this could be a great deal of savings over time. So why is this option ranking so low? Well, anytime you buy a rate down, you are risking that money. You are making a bet that the market will not improve in the future. If the market does improve, and you have a chance to refinance your mortgage rate for the same rate or lower without paying for a permanent buy down, then that means when you bought the rate down originally, you completely wasted this money. Or if for some other reason this mortgage only exists for a few years, then you paid for a benefit that could only be realized later. While a permanent buy down is appealing and valuable over a 30-year period, I rank it at number 5 because of the amount of risk involved with buying the rate down. At number 4 on this list, we have a temporary buydown. A temporary buydown is when a third party, like the seller or lender, buys your rate down temporarily, usually for 1 to 3 years. But once that temporary buydown period expires, your payment will go back up to the higher note rate. The plus side is there is no risk of losing money because that money sits in a subsidy account that is released via principal reduction if you ever sell or refinance the property before the buy down period is up. And you will have substantially lower payment in those first few years. This is an especially great option if you anticipate an increase in future earnings soon. However, a temporary buy down does not rank higher because it has limited upside and it involves paying quite a bit of interest up front in an inflexible manner. Okay, number 3 on the list, assumable loans. Getting an assumable loan is the process of buying a property and you are legally transferring that seller's mortgage into your name through a qualification process. Usually, this is only appealing when the seller's mortgage rate is substantially lower than current market rates. The plus side is this process allows you to pay much less interest over time and have a much lower mortgage payment over time. There is also an advantage of previously started or shorter amortization and potentially avoiding certain startup fees that you would pay otherwise in a normal transaction. The downside to an assumable is only so many homes have assumable mortgages out there that are for sale, which leads to a decreased amount of options. And also, equity gaps can be quite large, meaning you could have to bring a very large down payment depending on the situation. Also, the approval process of an assumable loan is less predictable and more lengthy. Okay, coming in at number 2 on this list is negotiating for seller concessions. The reason why negotiating for seller concessions ranks so high is because it can be used in conjunction with any of these other strategies. It's flexible. The opportunity for upfront savings on a closing cost provides you an immediate financial benefit, whereas even a low-rate mortgage only provides a savings benefit slowly over time. Seller concessions can keep you in the black for many years by helping you save upfront seller concessions. It can also be used to buy down the interest rate permanently. And there is essentially no downside to being awarded seller concessions when you buy a home. Okay, and number one on this list is negotiating for a lower sales price. A lower purchase price not only makes the home more affordable, it also increases flexibility for the property in the future, as well as offers more market protection based on the money you invested. This option is also flexible in that it can be used and combined with some of these other affordability improvement strategies that I mentioned earlier. Thanks for watching my video. My name is Jeremy with the Mortgage 101 team, and I help prospective homeowners all over the United States close on their dream home or get started on their home ownership journey through education. Reach out to me anytime if you have questions on the content of this video or any other mortgage financing questions. If I earned it, please hit the like button, and I hope I invested in your home ownership journey through this video. Thanks.